Hey kids, it's great to be with you again for this midweek small group study time. And I hope you guys are enjoying this because I know I am. And just to follow up, our bottom line from this past Sunday was simply adjust your attitude. Now, we're learning about gratitude this month. And gratitude is simply letting others know that you see how they've helped you. So sometimes, as we saw in our lesson this past week, it's easy to get in the comparison game and we see what others have versus what we have. And if we feel like we're doing the same thing and just not getting the same thing, then, sometimes our attitude can get a little sour. So the best thing we can do is adjust our attitude and be grateful to God for what He's given us. I don't have everything everybody else has, but you know what I do have? Everything I need. Because God promised He would always supply our needs. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and go over our memory verse for this month, okay? Our memory verse is Psalm 136:1, and we'll put it up on the screen for you here. It's give thanks to the Lord because He is good. His faithful love continues forever. Let's say that one more time together on the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Give thanks to the Lord because He is good. His faithful love continues forever. Psalm 136:1, Nerve. Well, look, before we do a lesson recap and before we get into some questions, what do you say to a quick game? Now, here's what I want to do. We are going to have a 30-second countdown on the screen pop up here in just a little bit. And what I want you to do is wherever you're at home, you're going to have 30 seconds to go find an item that starts with a particular letter. So what we're going to do is spell out the word thanks, Thanks. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give you 30 seconds. When the timer starts, you'll have 30 seconds to run through your house and find one object that starts with the letter T. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! Okay, time's up. What did you find that starts with the letter T? Now, for me, I found something that I'm thankful. If I could talk here, I found something that I'm thankful for that starts with the letter T. My toothbrush. Now, what did you find? All right, good job. All right, now 30 seconds again. This time to go and find something in your house that starts with the letter H. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! All right, time's up. What did you find that starts with the letter H? Those are some interesting things there. You know what I found? My hairbrush. Oh, where is my hairbrush? Oh, yeah, VeggieTales. All right, so that's letter H. 30 seconds this time to find something that starts with the letter A. On your mark, get set, go! All right, time's up for that. What did you find that starts with the letter A? For me, I found one of my favorites. An apple. I love apples. I don't know if you do or not. But hey, enough about the letter A. You've got 30 seconds now to find something that starts with the letter N. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go! Okay, time is up. What did you find that starts with the letter N? For me, I found one of my favorite things. The Nerf gun. Sorry, misfire there. Okay, we have 30 seconds now to find something that starts with the letter K. On your mark, get set, go! All right, time is up. What did you find that starts with the letter K? Come on, hold it up. Let's see. Interesting. You know, I actually had two things close by that starts with the letter K. My Kindle reader that I love, but I also love my kettlebells. Yes, keeps me healthy. So, we are down to one letter, the letter S. On your mark, get set, go find something with the letter S starting now, go! All right, kids, this is it. This is the final letter, the letter S. What did you find that starts with the letter S? Let's see it. Hold it up high. Oh, interesting. All right, now for me, found one of my other favorite things, socks. I love fun socks. You can see these. Flamingos with a Santa hat. 'Tis the season. All right, kids. Well, look, I hope you enjoyed that game because I know I did. But right now, let's pause on the game and let's do this. Let's invite the guys from the So-and-So Show to do a recap of this past Sunday's lesson. And then I'll have some questions for you after that, okay? All right, enjoy the So-and-So Show.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to the real hero of tonight's game. That's me. It was do or die time out there tonight, but John did what John does. He wins. He brought his A game. He came to play. Yeah. You just got to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out there and step it up. I mean, when your back's against the wall, you overcome adversity with a tremendous amount of athleticism. No, it wasn't a bed of roses out there tonight. No, but sometimes you gotta look through the rain to find the rainbow. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Yesterday is history, but tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. And that's why they call it the present. No. Never give up, is what I'm trying to say. Never give up. Never, ever give up. Give up? No, never. Did not think about it, ever, never. To give up is never, ever. And I never, ever gave up. Don't give up. That's what I'm trying to say.
All I asked is how your game of solitaire went.
No more questions? Thank you.
Hey.
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon.
And I'm John, and welcome to the So and So Show.
Say, John.
Yes, Brandon.
Hey, how was your day yesterday?
It was good.
Oh yeah? Anything particularly fun or interesting that our viewers might enjoy hearing about?
I had to do the same load of laundry 3 times because I kept forgetting to add soap to the machine.
Oh, anything else? Our soccer game?
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, no, you know what? No one wants to hear about that.
No, come on, tell him, please, come on.
Okay, fine. So yeah, Brandon and I joined a soccer league and got placed on the same team. And
I'm glad you brought that up, John. We had our first game yesterday, which was my first ever soccer game. I've never played before, and I was awesome. Tell him what I did, John. Tell him, you know the lingo. You've been playing your whole life. Tell him.
I don't really think they
I scored the winning goal.
Well,
Oh, my chair.
well, yeah, that's all right.
No, I did. I kicked the ball, and it went into the goal thingy, right?
Listen, I mean, the ball bounced off your foot.
Yeah.
Bounced off your foot. And then went into the goal,
I
sure.
know.
But really, you just got lucky because the goalkeeper sneezed right when the ball bounced off of your foot, and that's why he was unable to make the save.
No, the goalie didn't sneeze.
That's the only possible explanation, Brandon. There's no way you could score a goal on purpose. Trust me, I know the difference between somebody who shot a goal on purpose and someone who made a lucky shot.
Okay, that was not luck, my friend. That was pure skill. Come on, don't feel bad, kiddo.
I don't feel bad. Did you just call me kiddo?
You heard me, Chief. Look, just because I'm better at soccer than you is no reason for you to get all...
Better?
I'm jealous.
Better?
Yeah,
You
well,
think
I
you're
did.
better than me at soccer? You who's never even
mean,
seen, you who thought you
did you
threw the
scroll
ball.
the winning-
Okay, you know what? Stand up right now.
What? Why?
Just do it.
All right, oh, okay.
All right, it's time for a penalty kick challenge. I want you to prove that your winning goal wasn't just a lucky shot.
Okay.
Hands.
What?
Forget it. I want you to show that you're pure skill and get a shot. No, you have to wait for the whistle.
I don't... Oh.
Hands.
What?
Hands. On the line. Wait for the whistle.
Right. Are you gonna blow the whistle?
No. It's not fair.
Why is that not fair?
Because I played soccer my entire life and you play it for one game and you score the winning goal. And then everybody's cheering for you and they start chanting your name and it should be my name. They're chanting my name, my name, my name, my
Oh,
name.
come on, John. Maybe they'll chant your name next time, buddy. Listen, hey, if you want any pointers, I'd be happy to take 15 minutes. Take just 15 minutes. I would like to teach you. I can mold. You don't have to be. It's Bible story time with Cameron.
Hey guys.
Hey, Cameron. Hey, it's been great having you this month while our friend Kellen's been away.
Yeah, totally. What do you have for us today?
Today we've got a parable that Jesus told. A parable, if you didn't know, is like a story with a lesson. You can read this parable yourself in the book of Matthew, chapter 20. Or you can stick around and watch me tell it with the help of the So and So Show players. Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who owned land.
Look at my beautiful vineyard. I wonder what time it is. Ah, it's the first thing in the morning. I should hire people to work for me today.
So he went out and hired people to work in his vineyard. He agreed to give them the usual pay for a day's work.
Hey, do you want to work for me today? I'll pay you the usual pay for a day's work.
That'd be great.
Boom!
I'm going.
The vineyard is that way!
About 9 o'clock that morning, the owner went out again to find more workers.
Hey, you. If you work in my vineyard, I'll pay you what's right.
Sounds good.
Wait. You look like the same guy I hired this morning.
No, different guy because I got a different hat.
Oh, cool.
The owner went out again at noon. And again at 3 o'clock. And the owner went out one last time at 5 o'clock when the workday was almost over.
You don't have a job yet?
No, Daddy-O, nobody's hired me yet.
I'll hire you.
Groovy. Right on.
When evening came, it was time for the workers to be paid. The workers who were hired at 5 o'clock were paid first.
And here's the usual day's pay for you.
Groovy.
And here's the usual day's pay for you. And here's the usual day's pay for you. And here's the usual day's pay for you.
Cool.
Then it was time to pay the workers who were hired the first thing that morning. They saw what the other workers had been paid and they were getting excited.
Whoa, man. If he's paying them that much for only working part of the day, I'm gonna get a whole lot more money.
And here is the usual day's pay for you.
Yeah. Wait, what? No! This is the same amount that you paid that guy. You hired that guy at 5 o'clock. He's only been here for like an hour. I have been in that hot sun all day long. I should get way more than this.
My friend, I'm being fair to you. Did you not agree to work for the usual day's pay?
Well, I mean,
I want to give the one I hired last the same I gave you. Do I not have the right to do what I want with my own money?
I mean,
Take your money and go.
And that, my friends, is how Jesus' parable ends. Give it up for the So-and-So Show players.
Good story, Cameron.
Yeah. Didn't you say it was supposed to have a lesson at the end?
Sure. I think that story can tell us a lot about what it means to have gratitude. Look at the worker who was hired first. He was so focused on what the other workers were getting paid, he forgot to be grateful for his own pay.
Yeah, he had a lousy attitude.
He did, but we do too sometimes, right? We want what other people have, and when we don't get it, we complain and say it isn't fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when we do have what other people want, we brag and show off and try to make other people feel bad.
Yeah.
I think the important thing to remember is that God has given all of us so much. We just need to try and be grateful for it.
Right as always, Cameron. Thanks.
Anytime. See you guys later.
Bye, Cameron.
John, I think we might need a little attitude adjustment.
I know.
I mean, maybe my soccer goal was a lucky shot. I shouldn't have bragged so much.
I should have been more grateful. I mean, we won the game because of you.
I'm grateful for you, John.
And I'm grateful for soccer. And also you.
Reveal the question.
Oh, what is keeping you from being grateful?
Yeah, what are some things that can get in the way of our gratitude?
Yeah, think on it. Chew on it. Chat on it.
And we will catch you next time. I'm Brandon.
And I'm John, and this was the So-and-So Show.
They'll be doing this in 10 years.
All right, kids, thanks to the So-and-So Show, we are caught up and refreshed about our lesson from last Sunday. And we had a great time learning about all of this. But here's what I'm going to do. I want to make a few statements here that are going to be true or false. And we're just going to see how well you paid attention to the lesson, okay? We're watching you. But no, here's what we're going to do. I'll make the statement, and if you think it's true, either raise your right hand or stand up. If you think it's false, raise your left hand or stay seated. One of the two. So true is right hand or stand up. False is left hand or stay seated. All right? So here's the first statement. Thanksgiving takes place this year on Friday, November the 27th. True or false? Obviously, that one's false, and it doesn't even have anything to do with the lesson. I'm just giving you a little teaser, giving you a trial run on this. That one's false because Thanksgiving is going to be on Thursday. All right, the 26th. So here's the first question, all right? Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Our story today is from the book of Matthew. True or false? Today's story is from the book of Matthew. True, right hand or stand up. False, left hand or stay seated. Well, that is true. That is a true statement, all right? Next one, the landowner in our story today needed workers for his vineyard. The landowner in our story needed workers for his vineyard. True or false? That is also true. Good job. All right, you guys are paying attention. Next one, he hired all the workers that he needed at one time. True or false? He hired all the workers he needed at one time. Well, that one's false because he went out to get workers 5 times. Early in the morning, at 9, at noon, at 3, and at 5. Okay? So next one, the landowner told all of the workers that they would earn the same pay at the end of the day. True or false? The landowner told all the workers that they would earn the same pay at the end of the day. True or false? That one was a little bit tricky, but it's false because he only told the first workers he hired how much they would get paid. Okay? All right, next one. The landowner was a generous man. True or false? The landowner was a generous man. True or false? That's true. All right, next one. All of the workers received the payment they were promised. True or false? All of the workers received the payment that they were promised. That also is true. All right, next one. Everyone was happy with the payment they received for a day's work. True or false? Everyone was happy with the payment they received for a day's work. True or false? That one's false. Remember, the workers hired first thought they should have made the most money even though they received what they were promised. Okay, last one here. Some of the workers, when they were paid, needed to stop and adjust their attitude. True or false? Some of the workers, when they were paid, needed to stop and adjust their attitude. Well, that one is true, all right? So the question would be, what workers needed an attitude adjustment? Well, we kind of mentioned that previously here. It's those workers who he hired first. They were promised a full day's wage, but then at the end of the day, they saw others who came in way after them and got paid the same thing, and they were upset about it. You know, sometimes it's hard to focus on what you have and be grateful. You know, today we played a game where you were to run through your house and find an object that started with the letter T or H and so on. And some of you, probably most of you, were able to do that. But there might have been a few of you, you were thinking of something, but you just couldn't find it. And so you came back empty-handed. And you might have thought, well, it just wasn't fair. I didn't have enough time. But the truth of the matter is we all had the same amount of time. We all had the same letter to look for those items. So it was fair. It may have just seemed like in the moment that it wasn't. And just like the workers in our Bible story who were hired in the morning, you know what? They kind of felt like it wasn't fair because they should have got more, but it was fair because they got what they were promised. And so look, we can learn to be thankful for what we have and not complain just because we don't all get the same thing at the end of the day. You know, there may come a time when your next door neighbor gets a new bike and you don't have it. It's okay. Learn to be grateful for what you have. You may not have the brand new shiny bike like your neighbor, but you at least have a bike, and there's plenty of kids who don't have a bike at all. So learn to be grateful. Adjust the attitude to an attitude of gratefulness, an attitude of gratitude, if you will, okay? So when you start focusing on what others have, just stop. Don't focus on what they have. Focus on what you have and be grateful for that. You know, I can remember when I was a kid, I have a brother who is 6 years older than me. So growing up, I always wanted to hang out with my big brother. I wanted to do everything he was doing. But there were some things that he did I couldn't be a part of because I wasn't old enough or I wasn't big enough. And so we both had some friends. This family, they had a boy that was my age, and then they had another boy who was my brother's age. So we hung out with them quite often. And this family, they had some motorcycles, dirt bikes. And so we loved going over to their house and getting to ride those bikes. And being younger, me and my friend, we usually just rode the little Z50. It was a small little dirt bike. It was fun. You could ride through trails and stuff, but it wouldn't go that fast. You couldn't jump any hills and stuff like that with it. But my brother and his friend, they got to ride the XR100, which was a bigger dirt bike, would go a lot faster, and you could jump just about any hill in front of you. Well, one day when my brother was riding this bike, they were going down some back roads, some dirt roads that went through the woods, and this guy comes flying around a blind curve on the wrong side of the road and hit my brother head on. And so my brother flipped over the handlebars of the motorcycle, had a concussion, cut his face up, had a huge cut on his leg. We had to rush him to the hospital, stuff like that. But it turns out he was fine, but in the moment he was hurt, and it was a little bit scary. Well, fast forward a few years. I'm older. I'm bigger. I am ready to ride the XR100, and guess what? My mom wouldn't let me. She was so afraid I would get hurt on it because my brother got hurt on it. And I looked at her and said, look, I'm not my brother. I'm much smarter than he is. I would never get hurt on this bike. I'll be safe. I'll wear the helmet. You know, I was naming everything I could, but she still wouldn't let me. And I remember looking at her and saying, oh, that's not fair. Just because he messed up doing it, you think I'm going to, and now I can't do the fun things. What I needed was an attitude adjustment. And my mom gave me one. But I'm just saying, I needed to learn to control my attitude in that moment and be grateful that I still got to ride the little Z50, that I still got to have some fun with friends riding dirt bikes. You see, sometimes we want to compare what we have or what we do with what others have and what they get to do. And when we do that comparison thing, it really robs us of our joy sometimes. We don't need to focus on everybody else. Focus on us. Focus on what God has blessed you and me with. Focus with what God has blessed you with. I'll focus on what God has blessed me with. And our attitude can turn into an attitude of gratitude. That grateful heart and spirit. Okay? So just remember that. When we're trying to be grateful, make sure in those moments when we're kind of challenged a little bit that we adjust our attitude and that we remain grateful for what God has given us. Let's bow our heads for a quick word of prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you so much for allowing us this time to hang out with our friends and just be reminded of the lesson from this past Sunday and just the importance of keeping our attitude in check, to always be grateful for what you have blessed us with. Lord, there's plenty of things that I don't have, but I can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful for everything that I do have because I have way more than I deserve. You have blessed me so much, and I'm so grateful for that. And Lord, I think sometimes we can look at everything that others have and think, man, I wish I had that, or oh, it's not fair that they get that and I don't. You know what? That may not be what you want for me. That's probably not what's best for me. So I pray that you'll just help my spirit, my attitude to always be that of gratefulness. And I hope and pray that you will do the same for the kids that are watching today. Lord, we love you. We thank you for what you're doing in our hearts, and we ask all these things in your name. Amen. All right, kids. Well, that's about it for this week. I'm glad you checked in, and I look forward to seeing you later on. But you know the routine. Right hand up in the air. Here we go. High five. I'll see you next week.